Alright, we're back. Let me just tie that up. There we go, guys. It's the best of 7 finals for the OlimoLeague. For those who don't know what the OlimoLeague, it's a weekly Starcraft 2 Korean tournament. Anyone around the world can join, but of course the focus goes on the Korean server for the Korean players at the Korean time of 9 p.m. KST, I think, or something like that. All I know is it's fucking 5 a.m. for me, but yeah, we're glad to be back at the finals. Should be some good stuff here. It's tied up 2-2. 2 more games guaranteed, bare minimum, from either of these players. First to 4 wins, all that good shenanigans. Spawning here in the top left corner of the map, it is, of course, the blue Protoss player from MVP, YongHwa.
In the upper right, as the green Terran, it is the teamless Journey.
People talk a little bit about IEM Toronto there in the downtime and the load screens and such. It was awesome being there, guys. We had a blast. We got to meet a lot of our friend casters and whatnot, but definitely the shout-outs there. Good, weird, nerdy feelings. Hearing Base Rate TV, KenZy, etc. Getting to meet people was really cool, too. For those who missed it during our hype stream yesterday, we got some really sick stuff to give away, too. We got a lot of stuff signed, but I think the hot ticket items everyone's going to want are the 2 posters I have, signed by pretty much everybody at the event. Red Eye, Apollo, the casters, the production crew, Farside, one of the admins, but more importantly, Flash and Jadong and Snoot and everybody else. So we get some really awesome stuff to give away from Toronto. So we had a really good time. We tried to bring a little bit back for you guys. We'll announce ahead of time, well ahead of time when we raffle those off. But definitely check out our recap stream we did last night. It was pretty fun. We told some stories. ZombiGrub joined us towards the end of it. Toronto was a good time. Toronto was a really good time.
Hell yeah. Totally.
Oh, is this a replay? Yes, this is a replay, guys. Once again, we're not trying to hide this from you. These broadcasts, when this was live, this was during IEM. There were some issues, some malfunctions, so we're casting these from replays live for you now. And it's not 5 a.m. now for me. What I would say was it's 5 a.m. when this tournament's normally live, when we cast this every freaking Saturday. But okay, double racks opening here from Journey. With the CC coming down as early as it was, we see no gas. As a Terran player playing gasless can be incredibly dangerous. I think one of the most scary things about it is you need that 3rd rack sound. There's almost no safe way to play gasless with 2 raxes.
Yeah, you know, I was a really big fan of the 14cc. Anytime it came down, I was like, it's a little risky, like, you don't know what your opponent's doing. But then there was Flash at IEM Toronto, and he did that most of the games of versus Protoss. He only started switching it up once he maybe thought his opponent was going to start hard countering it. And Journey has actually been, you know, he has, I believe, scouted most of the time in the early game, seen that YongHwa actually always went for 1 gas, and none of those early like Zealot Stalker shit too either. So he probably feels pretty safe, even if it is only a 3-player map, not really a big map. He probably feels pretty safe going for this 14cc. Didn't actually scout the main though, but that's okay. That's whatever.
Well, Engineering Bay block was a bit of an annoyance. Bit of a nuisance, but Journey, unlike players let's give a big shout out to Marine King here. We'll call him out for this. Gets his bunker down at the front. Love this.
Yo, YongHwa gets a really early Twilight Council. Just saying. Pretty early.
I mean, Merry-Go-Round is one of the few maps you can still blink all in, I'd say effectively. The map doesn't shut this down like other maps do, but...
That seems like way too early for blink, but maybe.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. This is most likely gonna be a DT. If I had to put money on this, I'd say DTs. But there's always the possibility of blink. That's the scary thing about playing against Protoss. As a Terran player, it's always on your mind. There's the possibility of oracles, the possibility of blink, the possibility of so many builds that can shut you down if you don't have the perfect composition to match it.
Yeah, and neither player scouted anything from either player. It is blink. Okay.
Get wrecked. Well, I said put money in DTs, so maybe me get wrecked too. But
okay. Anyways,
the point of blink that I was getting to before, though, I mean, this is one of the few maps where we've seen a lot of terrain changes that start shutting down blink builds. That's why they're not flavor of the month popular. Blink was never nerfed. The maps were changed, and this is a map where you can still abuse blink pretty nicely.
Okay, so gonna go in for a robo. Oh wow, perfect scan. Oh wow. Thank you very much.
Do you think he cancels this though? I mean, Blink's still gonna be useful later on for the Stalkers sniping off Vikings.
Yeah, I don't think he does. I mean, it was pretty darn early than like a more economical build that leads to Colossus, but yeah, he just is just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna apply any pressure. I don't need more gateways. This might have been like that might have been his entire plan though, is to only get 2 gateways and go up into a robo just so that he scares Journey too. You know, it comes out with like 4 Stalkers. No matter what, you're just like, oh my god, a blink all in. Who has 4 Stalkers out in the map? No one. It's a blink all in. He started over preparing, but he was scanned anyways, so Journey might still like really over prepare. might not. Huh? Oh, it's not putting on any bunkers, so he probably just assumes like, okay, you got a robo too. You're not gonna do any attack.
Yeah, it's a bit funny because we did see him over prepare earlier when he had the bunker at the high ground for Dead Wing, 3 bunkers looking the front lines. I guess the RNE is not gonna have it this time, but one of the big things too is like Stim's actually coming out at a pretty nice timing for having open gas lists. Sometimes we won't see Stim even start to like the 9-minute mark out of some players. It's really disgusting, in my opinion, to go for that long of a wait. But if he's got Stim, if he's got medevacs, if it is gonna be a blink on, which it doesn't look like it's going to be, he would be able to deal with this.
Yeah,
You know, I think one of the big things though is like, had that scan not landed so perfectly, this may have still been a blink all in. YongHwa very well could have just been like, you know what, he scouted this, maybe I'm not going to risk it and all in, and we'll play the late game for it.
Well, YongHwa's actually going to go into a double forge and Colossus. Be very, very greedy. Merry-Go-Round's a pretty good map though for drops. Having that blink first is really going to help out, but drops, you know, it's all about having the position already. Because if drops get down, blink doesn't help you. In fact, blink's like kind of worthless against Stim Marauders with medevacs on top, even if you kill the medevacs. We saw it on King Sejong actually. So it's still pretty scary.
It's funny too, because how long was it where everyone was like, this map's gonna be terrible for drops, this map's gonna be terrible for flyers, these air blockers will ruin everything, and sometimes they still do. But we've seen really successful mutalist drops and whatnot on this map, so I agree. Like it's very much in the cards.
Mutalist drops, eh?
Well, no, I meant mutalist and drops. Sorry, whatever.
Mutalist comma drops.
Comma? What is this? English? Go back to learning Korean. I liked it better when I was making fun of you, not the other way around.
Whatever, man.
City bus.
City bu. City bu.
Alright, so Journey takes an expansion leading towards YongHwa. This normally looks a little bit odd to see. Not something you want to do is expand towards your opponent, especially when they're Protoss. But this space is actually a little bit more open, a little bit more exposed, and less streamlined. So it's a little bit harder to defend, I think. So I kind of like that he's taking the north one in this particular instance. But it is, make no mistake, guys, no matter where he takes this third, going to be pretty exposed to Protoss attacks, no matter what it is, whether it's assaults on the ground or one big assaults. Well, we got a bit of downtime here. Big shout out to Lee Omen. Just donate $10 with the message, just simply reading pancakes.
That is, I thought for a minute that was the guy from Battlestar Galactica, but that's Leo Bin, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not a big Battlestar Galactica nerd. I liked it.
It would be an awfully kind of small reference to Battlestar Galactica because
you know what I loved? I loved when the guy in Battlestar Galactica got fat. I don't know why, but I thought that was hilarious.
Apollo got fat.
Yeah, when he got fat, and then Always Sunny in Philadelphia did the thing where Mac got fat, and the whole time I'm thinking like, it's Apollo from Battlestar Galactica.
Hey. Yeah, that looks weird on him.
Alright, well, this drop could possibly jump up there. The Observer does not see this, sadly, for YongHwa, so not quite aware this is happening, but there are stalkers anticipating some sort of drop up here. Again, it's a really big deal to do drops. For Journey, you know, he's got his combat shields down, he's got +1 weapons, he's getting 4 Vikings at a time. I'm liking this game a lot better. Last game, the only way I can describe it was just awkward. Everything on a Journey, timing-wise, unit-wise, like Nimbus was not his map. This is looking pretty good. He's got this third base up and running, he's floating around the factory scouting, he's picking off pylons, the Viking production's where it needs to be. I mean, this is looking better for him than it did last time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 gateways, but he has double upgrades, so... Alright, so that's going to be a lot of gateway production. He is preparing for third, places a single pylon down to the south, but Journey maybe think he's going to take the other third? That's where his marine is. That's usually where they take it anyways, too.
Yeah.
So I don't know why YongHwa's actually going to take it to the south, but going for a lot of Colossus. Last time we've been seeing him go into charge lots, the Archon Storm, right? But it feels like, and he is actually now 13 minutes, so a little bit later than last time, but people have been really relying on a lot of Colossus. Yeah, they've been on a lot of Colossus just for the scenario. Like, if you have enough Colossus, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as they do enough damage before they die.
I think the best way I've ever seen this handled was San. San does the awesome thing with force fields and just kiting back for, like, ever.
Yeah, this is such a bad map, because, like...
Oh, look at that, yeah. Shut down.
The whole thing with SCV pools is that they're really abusive, especially when you can get a wide arc. Like with any, you know, engagement,
right? Don't filter through this choke. This is such a bad idea. Wait for the force fields.
Yeah, just keep waiting because I think like
taking down the rocks was cool, but giving away like a fourth of your army like that. No. YongHwa's also waiting on upgrades right now. The more time he buys himself, level 2 weapon upgrades, level 2 armor upgrades on the way.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, I feel like it's been too long. It's been too awkward. This is supposed to be like one big devastating punch, but it's been more like a, I don't know, like a slap fest.
I was gonna try. A lot of this could just go down immediately. Though a lot of the Vikings are
Too many charge lots, or just sorry, not even charge lots. It's just doing zealots.
No photon overcharge. The Colossus do all go down.
I really don't know how this is gonna go. There's still a lot of bio left. The Colossus are gone. It's just Stalkers, but there's not a lot of Marauders in this army. It's mostly Marines and Vikings. This is gonna be close. Whoever takes this YongHwa, flick it back one at a time. I think he's going to do it. He pushes Journey back.
Oh, so close though.
Oh my god. If he had more Marauders, if there was like 4 more Marauders in that army, I think Journey would have won that fight. That was so freaking close. Oh, disgusting and amazing and wonderful all at the same time. Game number 5 goes to YongHwa. But it's a best of 7, guys, and it's not over yet.
Not quite, but I mean it's 3-2. Journey's on his last life now, forever.